last race weekend it was Finnish glory in Monte Carlo, but this weekend it looks to be potentially British or Brazilian. Welcome along to the ride for round 6 of our 16-round season. We are here for the Canadian Grand Prix. Let's have a look. Just a few minutes ago, we had a gripping and epic qualifying session, and here is your grid for it. So it's the first career LCR pole position for Jack RT. Congratulations to that man, the 35th different one in history. And Jazu Mulder makes it 2 P2 starts in a row, but of course got very lucky at the lights out last time out to get himself up to P1 heading towards turn 1. BRL Perondi, the championship leader, starts from P3 today behind his teammate, despite the fact getting third. That's a surprise. And the man that joins him on the second row, very surprising for him, the McLaren driver, Street Game, a very, very strong qualifying. Fair play to him. Row 3 begins with the other side of the Williams camp in Boris Letterbox, a strong qualifying for him. Amazed starts from P6 with his championship contender teammate not on the grid today. But the man that replaces him is not a bad replacement. Beginning row 4, the mediums driver of LCR Leopard, the 5-time champion, starts from P7 with Sims in P8, making it a Williams and Mercedes 5th down to 8th. Row 5, right outside the top 10, we have FXBR Dean for Renault and Melanie, last time's race winner, way down in P10. And outside the top 10, Freshers tyres begin on row number 6. We start with the Alpha Tauri of Aiden, who got his first podium last time out, and Jolly, the reserve, starting from P12. LCR Apex and Brad making an all Ferrari row 7, with row 8 going to York for Racing Point and FXBR Mont, the second of the two Renaults. And on P17, on his very lonesome on row number 8, we have John Papp, the Greek, starting from P17. One of course, the voice of LCR, and alongside me, as per usual, the OG voice of LCR and F1, Ben. And Ben, what a qualifying that was. Very surprising.
Breathe, mate. Breathe. That was a lot of talking there in a very short amount of time. Yes, very, very close qualifying session yet again. It was 13 thousandths of a second Mulder missed out on in Monaco. 16 thousandths today. He's going to be disappointed, but we saw him leading into turn 1 last time. We'll hopefully see it, well, for him anyway. He'll hopefully want to see it again. Now, Double Alpha 1-3, what can they do? Potentially work together, try and split Mulder, try and just force Mulder into a mistake. Potentially, Struis Game is in 4th. I would not have called that at all. Boris in 5th, Mace safe, obviously, and then Leopard. Oh, Leopard. He's on those medium tyres. It could be 1 stop, it could be 2 stopping. I haven't got a damn clue what strategy's going to be like round here. There's a little bit of heartburn. That was not very nice. I've got a feeling as well. Watch Aiden. I'm standing P11 now. Aiden did disconnect just at the start, so I have re-invited him. He should be able to retake his car if he's got back in, but I honestly don't know if he has. So he's just now got back in. So hopefully for him, he might still be able to take the start. We'll hopefully see. As now, we get ready for the 5 lights.
Indeed we do, as they're now about to come on in Canada. It's ready, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, red lights, and LCR Season 9 is off in Canada. It's a good start there after say from Perondi. Pretty good as well from Street Game on the same row, heading towards turn 1, but side by side Mulder goes with Jack RT, but then Perondi trying to take advantage of the inside as well towards Mercedes of Leopard, making it 3-1 with, I believe, on his Sims, and also Jack RT's gone off in the exit of turn 2, and once again Mulder can lead up towards turn 3, but big contact in the background as well as they head down towards 3 and 4. Mulder leads ahead of the Alfa Romeo Perondi, then comes Street Gamer, then comes Amazed, I think that is now, but a massive crash further down at the back of the field.
The pole sitter is fallen all the way to last. Well, in down 15th as well. I believe that's just because of cold tyres. That is not at all what Jack RT wanted on the start. He wanted to approach just quite a clean, quite quiet start. No, instead, mate, you're going around at turn 4. I didn't quite see what happened properly. But unfortunately, Jack RT, I just saw him was spinning into the barrier. But now, Mulder leads, Brody second, Mace third, Street Games 4th, Boris 5th, Leopard 6th, Dean 7th, Abe Dolling 9th, Sims 10th, York, 11th Melody, 12 Monts, 13th back Apex, 14th John Pat, 15th Aiden, 16th Just Revenge, and 17th and last, the pole man, Jack RT.
So the 2 racing points started 6 positions apart, and then out at the same point as into the pits goes Aiden, and out goes Aiden. Yes, there is a car off. That was that John?
Yeah, John Papp smacked the wall. I think it was side up. I think it was tyres, so he hasn't got any damage, but it was a big whack with the barrier. Street Gamer's already with a penalty. And he's round.
He's lost it at turn 4. And the exit of turn 4, he got a massive snap of oversteer after getting that time penalty, and now comes out just ahead of the 2 racing points. But York gets past. However, Melanie is not, but of course he's on very, very worn, hot you name it, they've got it tyres. Now apparently Mont trying to find his way, but he's boxed in thanks to the Finnish driver in Melanie. And of course, Street Gamer as well, bit of contact at turn 9. Just about that they get away with it, and now the 2 racing points are inside the points, but they started about 6 positions apart. They're now in the exact same position. Oh! So how crazy lap one's been, as Dan thought about the outside line of Mont, but couldn't quite find the way past just yet. These guys battle for P12, but also up towards the front, Leopard's P5 off the start. Amazed is P3. What a start for the Mercedes driver, climbing away from P6.
Yeah, the reserve Mercedes driver, the Stoffel Van Dorn, except successful, has been moved in. Actually, mate, a joke. I love Stoffel. Amazed with the mistake.
Oh, amazed.
Boris with a good run. He's not going to make a move into turn 3. Pix already has a penalty. Turn 3, not really an overtaking place. So, backs out. Leopard already with a penalty. Maybe a little bit of rust kicking in. I mean, I doubt it. This is Leopard. But maybe a little bit of early rust. Don't particularly want to pick up too many at them. Mulder has already broken the DRS to Perondi.
But Perondi's... Jolly! Jolly's gone off in the middle sector. He's had an off at the exit of turn 8, and now he's got to get back going on the medium compounded tyres. Meanwhile, look at this absolute carnage we've got here.
Damage. The man equal in the championship, I think. I can't... Yes. No. Maybe. Perhaps. No damage. Right, I thought he had damage, but he just lost...
Oh, who's off Mont?
So much happening in these first 3 laps. This is kind of like IRL, to be honest. There's a lot happening in a very short amount of time. Apex is now 9th. John popping out of the big run. Oh, John. Oh, please no. Oh, nearly hits Apex. Melody goes straight on. So...
He goes into the... Melody goes into the pit. Street Game is into the pits as well. Boris has gone...
Oh, Boris has spun amazed. Boris went down this inside. I think he thought it was clear. Turned in amazed. And amazed his pretty abysmal season goes from bad to worse to even worse than that.
Oh dear, the bridesmaid once again strikes, but this time I doubt he's probably even that much related to the groom or bride. This time it more or less feels like he's just a long distance partner at the wedding. He continues to fall down this season, and another heartbreaking moment for the Scotsman. And now he's got to pick himself back up. He's got York just behind him in the racing point as well. But as you can see, though, Boris is still on the threat, though, from Leopard coming out of turn 10. On their medium tyres, they're going to get better as the stint goes on. But up at the front, Mulder has shot off into the distance and to put perspective into form, by the way, of the past season. Of course, we didn't host it this time in Season 8. We decided to miss this Grand Prix. But ever since before then, Dralex won in Season 7, of course, took the home victory for the Canadian crowd. But Season 6, Leopard. Season 5, Leopard. Season 4, Leopard. Season 3, Leopard. As Amazed is into the pits, but it looks really strong so far for the German to go and take another victory. But Mulder keeps going away in the distance. It means that really the medium tyres are going to cancel themselves out.
At the moment, yeah, Mulder is pulling a Season 7 Leopard at the moment. Breaking DRS and then just slowly crawling away from the field. This is what Mulder is strong at. Stringing together a lot of consistent lap times out in front. But if you give him a high pressure situation, I know, personal example, we were doing a social race this time last week. This time last week on Saturday. Mulder running in a good position, lost the back end, nearly binned it while I was pressuring him. Mulder does not work well in a high pressure situation, as we saw in Monaco as well. The spin in Monaco, costing the podium. He's not.
Oh,
he's
into
quite.
the pits
oh, hello.
Perondi.
Early, that 5.
Yeah, so very respect to the guys that come in as well, just that lap ago. So May's gone on mediums, Street Game at mediums, and Melanie Hards for their drivers. Dan gets a 3-second time, but it's now going to be all the way up in P4. He's definitely got a nosebleed at the moment. Medium tyres going on for Perondi. FXBR Dean also done the same. And York, despite being on the mediums, is having a front wing change. Obviously some sort of issue for the racing point, so that's Hards going on for him, and that's really affected his day. But Perondi has come out just ahead of Jolly, and now can get the hammer now. He's got about 3 seconds to Mont ahead. But, I mean, is an undercut that powerful after so early in the Grand Prix?
No. Absolutely not. It's in a few laps' time, maybe 3 or 4, yeah, Perondi should be lapping reasonably the same. But I'm going to keep an eye on Perondi's lap times compared to Leopard, because he's probably the best guy to compare him with. And
Speaking of which, here comes Leopard, overtaking Abel on Boris. Pops to the outside line, heading down towards the final chicane. And as easy as you can say, 5-time champ, he's into second.
Champ time 5, up to P2. And now Boris's goal here might as well just be keep that Mercedes in sight. But what he effectively also did was let Leopard gain 8/10 on Mulder.
Towards the front wing. Sorry, someone put it in the wall at the World Champions, and I'm pretty sure it was John, but Sims is trying to find it. Yes, it is John on them hard compact tyres, but also Sims trying to find the long way round on Dan, who's back on the way of a championship contender. He can take that one and go home. As that, also Brad now getting in, of course, with John because he just picked up damage. So you can't really blame him as he kisses the wall out of turn 5, but heading down towards the 6 and 7 chicane. Sims is all over the back of Apex, and you have to say, for Sims, this is costing him time as far as he's concerned.
Choo choo, bleep bleep. Brave picture right now, Jack Ortiz off. Leaves the session. I've got to beat it's a straight up. It's an on-track retirement as well, which can't exactly remember what LCR's ruling is on that, but it's usually not pretty good. It's just a straight up retirement.
Dan got Sims for pressure, goes to the long way round towards the chicane. This should be an easy move for the Williams driver, and it is indeed. Safely passed into P4, and despite the fact that obviously all the pitters, he's now behind his teammate by 11 seconds. But Boris is sticking with Leopard. This is smart from Boris. He's going to let Leopard tow him towards Mulder to give him a shot at getting Mulder.
It's genius, but it might also cause mischief for Boris with tyre temperature. One thing this game did get right quite well was tyre temperature. And if you follow too many 2 tyres, you will actually legitimately warm your tyres up too much. So that's something Boris has got to worry about. Now Boris does have the advantage of a wheel, so it isn't that bad, but you put Perondi behind a bunch of people, aka right now, his tyres are going to be on 14.7 quadrillion degrees.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Perondi. Yeah.
Past Mont. Now, I imagine that's a bit of Brazilian friendship right there between the two. Of course, understanding really each other. Fair play.
Let me throw him leading the championship.
Teammates. Yeah, pretty much. We don't know the Brazilian language for that one, but here goes John to the outside of Apex. He's carrying half a front wing. Sorry, I should have... Yeah. But anyway, to the long way round goes the Greek, and past he goes into P5, and despite the fact he's carrying half a front wing and is on hards, but Dan's going to come back at him, heading towards turn 1, and this really is creating one big roadblock for the man at the back of the train in BRL Perondi, because Boris is surely going to be getting away.
Well, yeah, of course. So, that's not particularly what's really needed. I mean, Perondi...
He's lost his front wing.
Yeah, Perondi.
Oh, no,
and he whacked him
Brad's
again.
in the wall as well. Mont's in the wall.
Dear.
Oh, for goodness sake, lads.
Just, it was looking... jump up, wall at the wall. Got it, AI.
Oh, now Mont's dived into turn 10.
Died.
Sorry, it's Dean, sorry, not Mont. It's the other runner. Where's he come from?
Hello, amazing.
Up towards the front, though, Leopard is 3/10 behind Mulder. And this really is very much a black and white battle, because I remember watching these two squabble away as T1 Verstappen took on Leopard back then. But now here in Season 9... it's sort of like roll out the barrel and doff your hats occasion. This is Mulder against Leopard. Christ.
I remember these. One thing to note as well. Remember, Leopard just being Shazoo. So from Leopard, this could almost be like a little bit of a, hey, if I overtake you, I'm overtaking my old team. Hello, you replaced me, and I got an exit as well.
Got the run.
Well, surely Leopard's smart not to let Mulder not to go for it there, but no, he does not. Lifts it off. Keeps by. I'm going to go for the exit. Yes, he will. Short shifts up the third gear. Actually, Mulder got a bloody good exit out there. If I was Mulder, I'd be in. If I was Mulder, I'd be in. With Leopard now right behind him, Leopard's just going to push him till he ruins his tyres. Leopard won't go for the overtake. Leopard will just ruin his tyres. But Mulder does hold out with a lockup. This isn't particularly what Mulder needs. Now, one little note, I believe...
Boris is in.
So, yeah. And Mulder doesn't have a penalty. Leopard does. And obviously, it's lap 11. It doesn't really mean a pig's arm right now. But it is still something to monitor. Have a look from Leopard. And then Mulder gets very loose.
So, it's interesting, by the way. Out of the pits comes Boris, right? So he was, what, a couple of seconds behind Perondi?
Yeah.
And despite all the contact that he's had and that half the front wing that Perundi's carrying, he's still out ahead of him by only 3 seconds. Oh, no! Amaze and Boris!
Not again!
Come together. Oh, my goodness me. It's happened once again. And you have to say that these two clearly just don't like each other.
Amaze brought that on himself, unfortunately. It was just too risky. The way it's not particularly the best overtaking place, that corner. And Amaze just rushed into it.
Mulder's in. I can't say I blame him for that decision because, like you said, he had Leopard all over the back of him. Leopard didn't want to find a way past, but when you got
I think Perondi's jumping Mulder.
But I don't understand how he's carrying half a front wing.
I've just done some very quick, basic maths in my head. I think they're either going to be side by side or Perondi's going to be in front. Let's have a look. Mulder gets up to speed. Perondi's gone. I was right. My terrible, usually fairly terrible maths. Mulder is behind Perondi. Wait. When everybody was running together, what position was Leopard? P4, 5, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Leopard's about to get a monumental overcut.
This is really weird what's happened though, because you have to say Perondi has been in traffic and he's had contact, and somehow staggeringly that's still been enough for him to come out ahead. Like, he's carrying half a front wing. And interestingly, by the way, Boris has gone for hards in 6th position, yeah? About, 1.9 seconds behind Mulder? Mulder's gone for medium, so he's probably going to try a 2-stop. But here comes Perondi on Sims, and with half a front wing, he passes his championship rival. Of course, they're challenging exactly equal on points heading out of this round. And Sims is yet to pit, and Perundi's a whole stop ahead of him, and about 13 behind Leopard. So Perondi will lead.
Leopard's one-stopping.
He will. Yeah, that's sort of surprising. I mean, Boris might be one-stopping. The fact that he went onto hards, doing a soft hard.
No.
Brad's in for a set of softs and getting a front wing change. Well, I don't know.
Not so sure about Boris.
25 laps.
It'll be extremely close. Mulder's getting held up here big time behind Sims.
Can you blame him though? That's Boris. That's to help his teammate.
Yeah, but remember that Boris still got clear D. Right, the outside goes Mulder, clears Sim to really try to take the power down the exit there. So Leopard leads. He's got 13.3 seconds. Bear in mind, Perondi's going to have to stop again. Perondi's got 7 laps on those tyres. When Perondi comes in for another set of mediums, they're going to be basically made out of carcass. That's Randy. I believe mediums in the last game went 16 laps at best before they were likely to get a puncher. So more than likely, Leopard in around lap 16, 17-ish, he can take hards easily 18 laps to the end.
Here goes Boris to the outside line of Dean down towards turn 1, long way round, and Dean fights him all the way. And can you blame him really? As now heading up towards 3 and 4. Dean, of course, that very, very early stop and done very, very well with it. Is now P5, of course, doing that 2-stop that we anticipate. He's got street game about 3.7 down the road, of course, pit very early on. Meanwhile, Sims has just come out of the pits on mediums in P9, just ahead of Melanie, as there's still battles going on all around the field at the moment. But lap 14 of 35, And even with half a front wing, it's a clear sign that Perondi has had a good stint because he's now only 12.4 behind, but Mulder is a lot less than that.
Mulder is there. He's definitely there. Mulder's... There's a difference between being there and then there's literally being able to sniff the exhaust fumes. Mulder is through past Perondi. Leopard bails into the pit like lap 14. It's actually earlier than they thought. And it is hard. And they're changing the front wing on Leopard. Leopard has a front wing change. Did Leopard hit the wall perhaps on the previous lap? Because the gap did come down a little bit between Leopard and Mulder. And I think Leopard's going to be behind. He's going to be behind Street's Cabers. Yeah, he is. Perhaps even Amazed? No. No, he'll be in front of Amazed.
That's too far.
So, right, okay. So now, with the extra... So the gap is 11.3 seconds. If Mulder can pull... 5 seconds? Yeah, 5 seconds. Yeah, it's 16.3... 16.3 seconds is the pit loss around here, to my terrible maths. So if Mulder can pull 5.7 seconds, he will be in front of Leopard. That's based off my terrible, horrible maths. Which I think, on hard tyres, Mulder can do.
I think this is expecting up to be a really interesting Grand Prix because there's so many variety of strategies at the moment that we don't really know which way to call it so far because there's still plenty of racing both on and off track to be done. As Boris gets a time penalty, he had to correct himself because I'm on board with the man that's behind him, an FXBR Dean. But also Boris is, I'd imagine, closing up to Perondi, despite the fact he's on harder tyres. He's still got A, the tyre life advantage, and B, a full front wing.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I've been watching that gap. It has gone up. Gap's 2.2 seconds at the moment, but it appears to me anyway like it's been going up the last couple of laps. But maybe now Boris has decided, sod it, let's go, let's get this man.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, for Boris, he wants to just sort of maintain gaps because I still solemnly believe he is one-stopping. I still think it.
I just think it's too big of a risk. As a one-stop, I just
it's
don't...
Boris Letterbox, man. Come on.
True, the guy literally screams risk at you.
Too big.
It's why I'm scared to race him in TOR. I'll be brutally honest.
He is someone that is very much all or nothing. That's just how Boris is.
Well,
look at Russia last season.
Well, yeah. All or nothing, it somehow normally avoids penalties.
Meanwhile, his teammate has passed Melanie into P8, so both the racing points still in the points. And also with the... Oh, Melanie, very close on the exit of turn 14. Got away with it, though. However, they're both still in the points. Of course, Melanie off the hot form of winning last time out, but I don't think that's going to happen this time. But still, they're looking fairly okay. There's a yellow flag and John's gone, and that is actually on the exit of turn 9. And that could very easily be a case for a safety car, because that looks to be in quite a dangerous position.
I'll be amazed.
Look at that. I've just gone past it. He's actually on the racing line.
And no safety car.
It's inconsistent. That's ridiculous.
It's... You can get a safety car for somebody just retiring on track, and a full-blown safety car for something that isn't needed, and then you just get jokes like that.
Because that was a clear safety car, in my opinion. And that would really shake up the race, because then it's like a question of what do the two-stoppers do? Do they come in for a set of hards and go to the end, or do they have to just grind it out? It'd be a really interesting prospect, but of course, we're talking hypothetical because it's not
surely, if a safety car did come out now, everybody just come in and put in for a set of mediums.
Didn't you say you could take 16 laps? I mean, yeah, you could.
It
depends what you want to go for, because some people like to be safe.
You'd be driving on rims, but yeah, you could make it.
Nevertheless, we're talking hypotheticals here. Meanwhile, Boris has pulled that gap back down now. 1.5 seconds is the gap, as Mulder's now 3.8 seconds in front. In terms of the gap to Leopard, it's 10.8. He's siving it down.
I'm surprised Leopard. Well, is he though? I mean, what was the gap when he first came out? 11.6, wasn't it?
So he's only more than that. I thought you said it was like 15.
No, it's 16 seconds how much Mulder needs to be able to pit and come out in front of him.
Oh, sorry.
So I've left it on leader deliberately, just mainly my main focus has been watching Leopard's gap to see how it's going to work. Right now, Leopard is...
Dean. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
the final chicane, he got all on the curve and very nearly saw it off as Leopard now flies past Street Gamer into P5. Sorry.
It's completely fine, mate. And the best part of it is I've completely forgot what I was talking about. Please remind me.
We were talking about
Leopard's gap. Leopard's gap. Yeah. So right now, as I was saying, it's looking more favourable to Leopard, obviously, for track position. But on fresh medium tyres, perhaps even softs, I doubt it. On fresh mediums, Mulder should be lapping roughly 1.1 seconds a lap faster. That's 5 laps. So if you take him in lap 23, which is roughly what I expect, Mulder should get him pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, this really is brewing up to be what could be a very interesting last 15 laps or so. So do stick around because this really could be a very much climactic end. As into the pits comes BRL Perondi, and I'm not surprised by that. It was done the shortest stint on the softs.
Dean in as well.
Going on to the mediums. Dean in, Street Gamer in. So all the ones that have been on a very, very early stop. Sorry, I should have said Street Gamer, sorry. But Amazed also in. He goes on to a medium set as well. So now it's all about getting the hammer down. I mean, you look at it. I mean, Melanie's still on his set of hards, and he's definitely going to pit again, as is York. Dan comes out, and I mean, look at it. The guys that are on the hards.
Hello.
Dan's come out very close to Perondi, just about the Alfa Romeo gets
Jolly's nice.
Jolly's come out ahead of a Dean. So, you know, there is a race.
Well, of course there's a race. I mean, you got... Oh, hello. Leopard... Let me just quickly see exactly how much that was. That was a big gap Leopard just took out of Mulder on the last lap. 12.6 from Mulder, which is keeping consistent. Leopard, 11.8. He took 8/10 out of him in the last lap.
Wow. That's not a sign of turning up the heat. I don't know what it is. But yeah, even your cat's stunned about the gap. The OG voice of LCR in F1 Ben's cat. But here comes Perondi on York, heading down towards the final chicane. What do you think about this move? Give it a meow. Going around the outside goes the Brazilian, heading towards the final chicane. Perondi into P6. And also, Dan lets Jolly go. Surprised, even though they're on sort of same strategies, into P8. And now here comes Dean to pick up the pieces behind as well.
The cat didn't enjoy that one. He looked away from the TV when he saw Apex getting overtaken.
No surprise.
I know exactly what his
problem is. Lycona like cat, as they always say.
No, right. No, oh dear. I can't help myself but laugh at that. Oh. Anyway, back to the action. Enough about my queue. Definitely hasn't got...
I have my mic on mute. Whoops. I was talking. So Dean gets past Jolly. He's having a P8, and what I did say is the reserve's still doing a good job at the moment, just inside the points. Meanwhile, Street Gamers side by side with FXBR Mont as they come out. Also, Amazed passes Dan ahead to move Dan outside the points. Sadly, Brad a long way back in P14 as well. Street Gamer now potentially getting to P11 ahead of Dan, as into the pits goes Mont on this lap on the hards after 11 laps. So very short stint.
Leopard's just got 2 penalties in 2 laps.
He's pushing.
They're both invalidated lap time penalties. But they are penalties, and Mulder still hasn't got a warning since lap 3.
You see, Boris just picked up his second of the day as well, so surely this is Mulder's day, regardless. It's third, is it? Christ.
That's Boris's third. So that means Leopard and Boris are equal on penalties. And actually, Leopard's, speaking of the devil, he shall be all over the back of the car in front. Already fast lap of the race.
Habit of that.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? But here he goes. Inside line towards 1 and 2. He's not put overtakes. He's got barely DRS to burn. Been absolutely pushing last few laps. Very close at turn 1. Now at turn 2. And eventually the number 66 forced to eject on that one. And the outside line very much the long way round at turn 2, as they always say. But through 3 and 4, it's a good run from Leopard, ends up towards turn 5. Surely not the inside line at turn 6 of all places. Down the inside goes LCR Leopard on Boris Lennox at turn 7 now. Short shifting their way up through the gears. DRS in favour of the German. Long way round towards the 7 and 8 chicane. And eventually, Leopard gets past. But that was an incredible duel to witness.
I don't think it might be over either. Boris still has a lot of DRS. So can he perhaps get Leopard back? A note, Mulder pulled a 2nd and 2/10 in that battle there. Mulder is pushing lap 23, stays out. Okay, maybe he's got a little bit longer than I thought then.
Here comes Boris. He's charging up to the back of the 5-time champ.
He's
Picks the
back.
inside line up the final chicane and takes him. And we'll have the second bite of the cherry down the straight. And that's all down to ERS difference as well, because Leopard had no choice but to conserve down that straight, but Boris had been very, very conservative and put it all to good use in that section.
Yeah, certainly so. This is all just going to let Mulder pull away. Bear in mind, Mulder's going to come out behind these two. Mulder is on 0 pence. But Mulder, all he's literally got to do is just waddle up to him and overtake him.
I must admit, he's doing a fantastic job of doing that, because whilst these guys are battling, I can't blame him for staying out, because it just allows just to eke the gap out just that little bit more, give him more of a chance of holding this opportunity that he has. Because if he does pit, then he can maximise the gap. But I think he's also trying to worry about what's going to happen in the future,
Leopard.
because if these two do come together, this is basically it. But speaking of which, at turn 10,
yeah, right there, side of the hairpin, not particularly not a traditional overtaking place. Here goes Leopard again. He turns the RS up. Boris, this time, decides just to keep everything low. Maybe looking at the gaps of Mulder and thinking, oh, that's getting problematic now. Let the German go.
He's got front wing damage. When's that happened? Boris has got off a front wing.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, he has. Did he get that on the last lap? No. I know exactly where he got that. He turned it too early at turn 5. When Leopard and them were side by side, he hit the wall at turn 5. He's got to stay out. Surely. Ooh, dear. Ooh, Nelly.
Oh, that hits like a sack of stones, because it has been a very good drive from Boris. You have to say, really, he's got his elbows out and really put it all on the line today, but it might very much come up short in the end in the grand scheme of things. But we're on board with the race leader, who's got 100% ERS, by the way. He's clearly getting himself ready, suited up for that last stint. Now he's down to 76, I will admit. But he's really holding back on that ERS conservation and is still staying out. So you would feel he's going to prioritise the soft, and even probably, I personally think, Ben, I think he's playing this smart. I think he's planning to finish behind Leopard and Boris, but get the advantage on penalties, so he doesn't have to worry about fighting for it.
He's got to be careful, though, with Sims. Sims is 19 seconds. If Sims pulls 3 more seconds on him, Sims will be a little nosy bagger. Amazing with a penalty. He's down in PA. Amazing to race, man. Well, appeared to be a very good start. Just kind of falling apart for him. He's on the same strategy as Dean in Street Game as LCR Best gets penalty. Going to P11. I think Johnny's got a bunch, actually, so he might actually get another. Is he best going to show up another point? Yeah.
Yes, Ferrari scored 1 point last time out. In fact, he came at the Dutch Grand Prix where he scored 1 point.
Yeah.
That was following post-race penalties, I think, with the stewarding team. But But of course, he got P12 at the Monaco Grand Prix when it looked to be going all right. It just sort of faded away towards the end of the Grand Prix. But now this week, yeah, he could be on to get the second points for Friday season. Of course, Brad yet to score a point, but he's running down in 13th place, just behind York as well, and a little sort of scrap there. Melanie still got to pit as well for Racing Point. He's P6, so that will promote Amazed up to P7, also promote Dan up into a point. So, you know, even though he is in the points, he might still have another point on his hands. Melanie's still yet to pit, and also the race leader still yet to pit.
8 to go. This is now the point where softs become viable.
Oh, I think there was contact there at turn 1 between Amazed and Dean. I hate to say it, but I think there was. I just caught the arse end of their battle, and it looked like Dean had stopped on track. So even more disaster really for the Mercedes and as well the Renault. They've not had a good day at all. Mont down in 14th, Dean in 8th. I must admit, having the pressure of having that Syrah team last season, you know, to then come into this season where they've had, you know, Dito Felipe, Syrah, such a fantastic team, winner of the Constructors, to then come into this team with that new all-Brazilian team, it's a lot of pressure, and I have to admit, so far, they've not quite lived up to the hype that we would have expected from them. It's been the Alfa Romeo's Brazilian that's performed the best.
I mean, I always expected Perondi to be there, but Renault this year, they've just... It's my best example is 2007. You had a combination of Alonso and Fisichella in 2005 and 2006. They won the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship. Obviously, Renault maintained Fisi for 07, but they brought in their rookie in Kovalainen, and look how far they fell off. They achieved one podium all year. Granted, that was Kovalainen in a very, very wet Japanese Grand Prix, but they fell off so much. It was such a big difference in performance. As actually Mont retired from the session with 7 to go. It was just such a big drop, and it was so disappointing. When Fernando joined in 2008, he joined into a midfield team, and he did it with Nelson Piquet as a teammate, junior. And, well, you know his F1 tenure was a bit crap. And also Crashgate, so basically the reason he won a race that year. So it was just one of those things where such a big fall-off in such a short amount of time. It's honestly the best comparison. Or even just Ferrari this year. Obviously, Ferrari were using a legal engine, so, you know. Controversy is a little bit of battle for 11th place going off between York, Brad, and Dan. Brad round the outside of his teammate. Yes, he does. Now, can he get past York? The Project Cars 2 champion. No, it's the Project Cars 3. Project Cars 3 is the power crap. Don't buy it, please.
You can tell we're not sponsored, can't you? You can really tell we're not sponsored.
Don't feed the monopoly.
Meanwhile, I have to point this out. Battle for P4, Perondi and Sims, the two championship protagonists.
Hello. Yeah.
Here at the moment. Perundi's been closing his last laps, of course, thanks to the tyre life difference. And this Grand Prix is really starting to spice up in the closing laps, but heading towards the 8 and 9 chicane. And still probably not close enough. And I still would like to point out, with nearly 6 laps to go, Mulder is still not pit.
If he gets to the end, GG to him. Just going to double check the big Dominion pens, because those tyres are now starting to look a little bit shaky. No pens, no warning from Mulder. Leopard still chipping on 9. It's Brazilian.
The chicane. He's getting close, but no cigar on that effort for him, as well. Amazed fires past Melanie, and definitely what was a Team LCR strategic move. Totally not part of that team.
Anymore.
So, what do you mean?
Oh,
yeah.
I'll point a word with Pepsi.
LCR Nut Head.
I'll point a word with Pepsi, see if we change that. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, then you've got no excuse then. Don't look into that. So, Sims has 12 seconds right now. Perondi has 1. He has 3 seconds. So, pretty much this battle here is null and void. Amazed behind has a singular penalty. This is quite crucial because Amazed is very much there. Not 100% sure about Melanie Serious Gamers are a lot, but Sims could, well, definitely not Melanie. He's got. Oh, hello. Melly's got 18 seconds. The Streets Gamer sends it down the side of the hairpin. Melanie's been on those size 26 laps, have I just noticed? And they do not look polite either.
Yeah, he's done a proper good stint on them hard compounded tyres and still done a good job firing out their battle on the way with those that, of course, went for that 2-stop that we very much expected out of this Grand Prix. But yeah, a really interesting point that, well, Sims could, I mean, because what, Boris, you said's got, 3 penalties and you've got 9 seconds, yeah? So, if Perondi could find a way past Sims, he could take still a podium out of this, which, I must admit, would be a pretty good result, all things considering. He carried half a front wing for so long in the stint and, you know, had to scroll away with some real difficult situations, but ultimately the gap's continuing to fall, but it's only because he's stuck behind Sims. But I don't know if he knows about this situation, but there is still a chance of a podium here in the final few laps. He heads towards 10 and now shows a bit of urgency towards the inside line at the hairpin, trying to battle away with his championship main protagonist, heading towards the final chicane. Powers on though for Perondi, and Sims, who's been carrying front wing damage, by the way, as well as his teammates. They're both on the Williams camp, couldn't afford a full front wing, but Perondi is in the P4 and now going to find 8 attempts in the final few laps.
Yeah, certainly so. Be interesting to see if he can do it. Maybe steal a podium here. The gap's down to 4.6 at the front.
But that's to be expected, isn't it, with all the issues that Mulder's got with tyres? I mean, he's now on to lap 20 on that set, and he's got 3 laps to go. I mean, I can't believe this is actually going to happen.
Don't say that. Because
I can't believe he's tried it, let alone, like, actually done it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's an impossible miracle that could actually happen. Don't know why I said miracle as miracle.
Yeah, alright.
That was miracle.
ERL F1 Benjamin should be the name from now on, given the fact he's American. But lap 33 of 35, 3 laps to go, and
I feel insulted.
Gap 3.6, but I know you did. That's why I immediately started talking.
I'm sad now. Sad face. Anyway, back to the action.
Between Perondi and Boris, gap 6.2, so I think Perondi's going to still get a podium out of this.
You mean 5.9? 5.8?
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's clear that front wing damage stricken Williams was very much holding him up.
Perondi, too much curve on the inside, and it just went straight head on into the other wall. Leopard's now within 3 seconds. Leopard?
I mean,
it'll be something if we wins it on track.
Yes, I must admit, it would be when you consider he was the only man in the top 10 to start on the medium compounder tyres. But you've still got Mulder, who's holding his own on the medium compound tyre 1-stop. Also, as well, I would like to point out he's not the lone driver to do it on the grid. Sims is still on a 1-stop on the mediums. He's done 19 laps on that set. So it's clear that it's not just one driver that's done it, it's 2. But Sims took his softs and stretched them out all the way to lap 13. Mulder was in lap 11.
That's kind of ridiculous. So Leopard, as it stands, he's not going to win the race, but I think just for personal pride for Leopard, if he takes his win, it's a bloody good result.
Yeah, I must admit, LCR Leopard, TOR Leopard, the name very much sticks out in golden here in Canada. It's always been that man on top, but of course we missed it last season. The season before, he took silver, and he might do that once again here today. Chizu Mulder could be on his way to claiming victory number 5 in his LCR career, but he's still got to do 2 more laps left of this Grand Prix, and Leopard is now within a second, and you would feel that I think Leopard's going to pass him here on this penultimate lap. I just don't think he's got the tyres.
Mulder does have a lot of DRS saved up, so if it goes down to DRS, Mulder will be fine. Mulder will have him. However, not all that's close. Leopard had a little bit of a squirt of the DRS. He's so close, nearly a big log for Leopard. Final lap then. Mulder versus Leopard. God, it feels like 2018 all over again. Leopard gaining. Does not have enough DRS for now. Mulder clobbers that curb. Like Vettel should do to Binotto. Here comes Leopard. Not to make a move to the hairpin. That'll be a bit down. Never mind the analog. Nearly big. All four wheels locked up for Mulder. Decent exit though he got. And that might be the difference between victory. Well, he's winning anyway. Doesn't matter. Leopard's not getting on the straights. Mulder's going
defensive. He's got no ERS.
No.
He's got 0. He's got 0%. He's got completely nothing to use. So round towards the final couple of corners, and it's going to be a victory for Shazoo Mulder. How long we wanted to say that? Victory number 5 in his career, and the first in Canada. The third different winner in over 6 seasons. Shazoo Mulder wins the Canadian Grand Prix with a staple behind him.
What the hell?
LCR Leopard.
Amazing.
Boris will come home.
Amazing Sims just went side by side with the final chicane. I don't know how that's ending. Amazed in 4th. Amazed in P4. Boris 5th. Melody with the 32 laps on his tyres. This came on P6.